What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is British people shoot guns for the first time.
This should be interesting, fun, and
yeah,
strange probably to see. Definitely.
This is Sean. Obviously you know who Sean is. We've checked him out loads on the channel. His link is in the description as always. I mean, we're going to America, aren't we, next year?
Yeah.
Which is super exciting. The GoFundMe is in the description if you just want to help out because it's expensive and it's been sped up already. We were going to go in 2025. It's definitely 2024 now. So that link is in the description. We were speaking about this the other day. Obviously we're going with Archie.
Yes.
So we're hopefully going to do a gun range. But the only way we'd do it is if one person's in like the reception with Archie, then one person go through, but then we'd need someone to record it. So we don't definitely know if we're going to do this or not. It's something I think we kind of need to do.
Definitely.
I've never seen a gun in real life apart from at the airports. Someone holding it, and that's like, I say someone, a police officer holding it in an airport. That's the only time I've seen one. Yeah. So it'd be an experience, wouldn't it?
Definitely, yeah. It's
going to be an experience with Sean. So whether we get to do it or not, at least we get to see Sean do it. Are you ready?
I am.
It is mad though, isn't it?
It is mad.
Like in that, and by that is from a point of view, it's shocking because we never see it and we're not used to it.
I think it's not as mad for me because I've actually done that.
Yeah, you have done it with shotguns, haven't you? Yeah. Not with pistols and stuff like that.
No, it's just not as. But then to me, like they're all the same.
Yeah, Millie did cadets. You did cadets, didn't you?
Yeah, it was like a cadet thing.
I feel like though when you get like the machine guns, that's completely different to a shotgun though.
Yeah, I don't even know what I actually did, to be fair.
Yeah, is it? Let us know in the comments below.
All I know is I had targets in every single one.
Yeah, let us know in every one. That doesn't surprise me, babe. Let us know in the comments, kind of like what guns you can actually get at these ranges. It's quite mad, but we may do it, we may not. We'll see. Depends how it all goes. But let's watch Sean do it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm sure it'll be a vlog, so we'll catch everything else in America what he does as well. Let's go. Oh, it's powerful. You see his face. Just the amount of power in your hand there. Oh, he's in Florida. Okay.
Hello folks, how's it going? Welcome to America. Welcome to Orlando, Florida. Yeah, that's so cool to be saying that. It is really, really great to be here. We are here at a very important point in this city's history, given the tragic events that happened at Pulse nightclub almost exactly 1 year ago today.
Oh, okay.
It was the shootings, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's a shame.
Right, we're in a place called Plant Town, which our guide was telling us is kind of an experience of rural America, which is something we've not really done on this tour yet. And apparently it's just very, very different from the Orlando type of places we've been so far. The first thing we've done was pulled up.
So you got a proper tour of it.
Notice that this is Grandma Johnson's car parking space, so we will not be parking there.
I was going to say, he's blocking it.
And we've stopped at what has apparently the best barbecue joint in town.
Oh wow.
Which is called Johnson's Barbecue, believe it or not. Looks good. I'm just going to do a shot out here so you can see the whole thing from the outside. We're good. Look at the size of those trucks.
All of it's just all trucks though, isn't it? Everything was just trucks. See you in a second. Is it?
Yeah.
We've got to get a cowboy
chicken
hat.
wings, we've got some catfish, we've got some ribs. Full American meat experience.
Yeah. Cheers, cheers. Living the dream right now. This is house chicken wings with the sauce.
Nice.
Chunks of chicken.
John and I have got a quest to try all the buffalo wings in America. In our trip to America.
All of the wings. Oh my god, you guys are missing out. You're looking good.
I wanted to try all the different things, so I got ribs, catfish, and something else, I'm not sure, cornball.
That'll be beautiful. I don't know what it is.
Look at those ribs.
Ribs are good.
Understand people go, what is that? We've got chicken, we've got brisket,
Yes.
Oh my god.
Look at these ribs.
I tried that one. Do you want to taste the red one?
So we get the bread, right? Dip it in this cream stuff and then the cinnamon, and it's incredible. Look at that. 1, 2, combo.
Oh, it's bread.
Know what you mean?
It did not look like. Yeah, that didn't look like bread. It looked like some creamy sauce or something. Yeah, it did look like that. Bread makes more sense why it's on top.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So it looks like they got driven around.
Yeah, it's a proper tour, isn't it? Oh, here we go, the gun range. Oh, it's a big building.
You're
Oh, it's a
welcome.
fair
How you
one.
doing? You're right. Thank you.
Oh, it's like
Real good.
Fair thing.
a gun fair. Okay. Oh my days. So much.
Yeah.
I know the ammo's out, but it's mad that you can just pick up.
Yeah.
Pick him in his head.
Speaking to a guy about security around here and like in the gun range and stuff, but you know what he said, like some of the older guys in here especially, they would love somebody to come in here and try something. They would love it. They'd love the chance to kind of be the hero. It's kind of messed up though. Apparently we're going
Yeah,
to
I
a gun
get what
range,
you
I
mean.
think. Gun range. Thing is here, you kind of really quickly get desensitized to the idea of guns when you're around them and you're holding and touching them. I feel, well, actually for me it felt like a bit like a computer game. I was playing
wow.
on Doom or something like that. Grand Theft Auto. I don't want them to be desensitized though. I don't want to be desensitized to guns. It's not right.
I suppose, yeah, you just get used to it, don't you?
Yeah.
Wow. It is just mad, like,
It's
to us.
see the little kid just stand there.
We're just not used to it at all. Just chilling on the back. Probably doing like 70 mile an hour.
Yeah.
What's going on today? What's the protest?
He must go. He must go. He must leave.
So we're from the UK and we're here to see American values.
American values, they've
Yeah.
deteriorated severely. We're here to protect them.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's terrible. We went to Europe and acted like a-holes. He's not
Yeah.
us. He is not us. We're fighting desperately for every constitutional misstep he makes.
Okay.
He will be gone.
Yeah.
All we need is our constitutional lawyers. He keeps making mistakes.
Fair enough. Okay.
Each their own.
We stay away from the politics anyway. We honestly don't really know much about it, to be honest with us. It's more we don't know. But each of us, as long as you're happy in life, try and be happy in life.
And you be nice to people.
Be nice to people, and yeah, that's the main thing, isn't it? And like even on the gun thing, I know Sean made some comments before. From our point of view, we're not looking at it whether it's right or wrong. Not getting into that. I really don't have an opinion on it, to be honest
I
with you.
don't think we have the right to have an opinion on it because it does not affect it doesn't affect our daily life, and whatever we say does not influence
Exactly, it doesn't
anything,
actually
so
matter.
it actually is just adding fuel to the whatever fire is
Yeah.
open.
So from my point of view, it's literally just a shock value. Each their own, everyone can have their own opinions, do whatever you want, we don't mind, as long as you're happy. That's the main thing, isn't it?
So after the gun show, we have decided to come down to a gun range to have a shot of actually firing a gun ourselves, which is something I'm a bit anxious about, to be honest. But you know what I mean? One time in your life you might get a shot of this. I'll probably not do it again. So
You seem so keen.
I'm not. Look at my hands. Jazza and I are going in.
You guys want to keep using this target? Yeah, let's use
This.
Go ahead and load 2 rounds for me.
Bloody hell.
It's loud. Loud.
I'd be so scared that I'd do it the wrong way and it'd just shoot me.
I think it's pretty obvious which is the right way.
Yeah, I know it's me.
I think it's...
This.
Go ahead and load 2 rounds for me.
Bloody hell.
They jumped as well, didn't they? It's loud. Even with the earmuffs on.
Yeah, I don't think Archie could go in there.
You might. I'd be the same.
There you go. So when you pull it back.
Oh.
He's shaking.
You would be though if you're not used
So
to
you
it.
guys,
like,
you guys know what you're doing?
Good shot though, to be fair. It seems like a good
The
shot.
guys are in there still shooting. I've had my shots. I shot 5 bullets, and I'm done. Like I don't feel any need to keep going. I don't think, even after I've done it a few times, shot a few bullets, I don't think I'm like competent enough to keep going. I mean, they're quite easy to use, but they're also quite intimidating as well, to be honest.
Powerful, aren't they?
But I'm glad I did it. The other guys are in there still shooting. I think they've got 50 bullets to get through, or 50 rounds, is that terminology?
but I'm done. I'm not going anymore.
Fair enough, fair
I'm
enough.
just here to watch. But it's, you know what, you get an adrenaline rush, that's for sure. Oh wow, lightning, did you see that?
Oh, I did.
Just saw some mad lightning here. Oh!
The weather's been up and down from today, hasn't it? On the day.
Lyra and I just stepped outside the gun shop. We decided to come here after the gun show just to get like the full American experience. I don't think we could have left like Florida or Orlando after our experience today without having a shot at least. I was scared as well, like I was really, my heart was pumping.
I think it would
But
be,
I just
wouldn't
stepped
it?
outside the shop just to see the rain and like thunder and lightning outside. I wonder if that's some kind of sign.
Very
Since
safe
we are
though, and
exploring
accommodating,
American
which is
values,
nice.
I feel like this is an American value, tradition / law that we should at least try once in our life at the gun range here in Florida. I'm not sure if you can pick that noise there
it's
that you're hearing in the
thundering.
background is gunfire
Oh,
coming from the gun range, obviously.
oh
And there.
wow.
If we were anywhere else in the world right now, you would be freaking out and running for cover, big time. Jazz, he's an expert. He's an expert. He knows what he's doing.
I thought that was thunder with the weather.
Look how good I am.
Wow, that's a good one. Was that just you?
Yeah.
Very good.
To be fair, a lot of hits.
You think? I don't know which ones. They're definitely not that one. But it was probably these ones around here by the top.
That's
So
cool.
I'm going to
that you
level
can
you
keep-
guys, right? I have
keep it
been
as a
here in
memory.
Florida for 2 or 3 days already, and I have filmed very little of that experience. The thing here in Orlando is we have been speaking to a lot of people who were affected in one way or another by the Orlando Pulse nightclub tragedy, which happened almost a year ago.
Oh wow.
And a lot of those conversations have been too heartbreaking and mostly off the record. So I have not been able to capture them on the vlog, but that is absolutely fine. It's been a chance for me to experience
Completely
deep
understandable.
conversations with people. I was in Brazil at the time when Pulse happened, and I just remember watching from a distance, and like it was just so tragic and sad. So to actually be here on ground zero and speaking to people who were affected is shocking. You know, it was a really tragic event for all those who lost loved ones and family and friends, and also for the city of Orlando, which has struggled to come to terms with what happened. We met with a police officer who basically heads the LGBTQ outreach for the police department here in Orlando, and who was also on the scene on the night when that happened.
Where were you when you heard about Pulse? And what was your initial reaction?
Sure, I talk about this frequently, so it's not an issue. I was the event commander at our Amway Arena that night earlier. I had gotten home around 1 in the morning, showered, changed, and had went to bed around 1:30 that morning. Because part of my other role here at the department is I'm also the deputy team commander for our negotiation team. So that's another role I have here. I literally had just fallen asleep and the phone rang. And it was one of my negotiators calling me saying, and it was at like literally 2:05, like right as it was unfolding, calling me, telling me what was going on. And, so I pop out of bed. I immediately start kind of giving them some, guidance on, hey, let's do this, get all this stuff, get it going. As I'm getting dressed, because I was very familiar with the club. I used to work off duty there all the time. I used to hang out there, and things like that. So I started trying to relay as much information as I could to the commanders that were already on scene. Where, there's places in that building that people weren't aware of. Like there's an upstairs office that you got to access through this ladder behind one of the bars.
Oh, wow.
Places like that. So I'm just trying to get as much information to the commanders that were initially there, as well as coordinating other response units along with the commanders on scene. So I got dressed. I always say that I don't know how I got there when I did, because it seemed like it took me forever, but then time for that day stands still for me. I just knew it became the longest day of my life.
Yeah, I can imagine everything is just...
So I got there, I want to say probably by 2:45 when I arrived. At that point, still he's locked into a bathroom at this point. And a lot of people, talk about our police response and things like that. And it's pretty clear now. In fact, today was the release of additional body cam footage from inside the club.
Oh, wow.
It's very clear that this went from one of those situations that he was actively shooting, but then he got pinned into that bathroom and he stopped shooting. And he did not shoot another round until he started shooting with SWAT 3 hours later. So at that point, when he wasn't shooting and he was in there with hostages, it became a hostage situation, not an active shooter situation. So I get there, officers are still rescuing some victims from inside the club, and the last thing before I left the house, the last thing, well, my husband says to me, hey, just don't get too close. And I think he forgets what I have to do for a living, but he says, don't get too close. And so I was like, oh, don't worry, honey, I won't. And then I went to the club. Well, I think it was at some point that morning, and he told me the story later that his grandmother in Georgia had called him and said, hey, I just saw Jim on the news on CNN. And he's like, where? He goes, he's standing underneath that big sign with the P on it. And I was like, so he jokingly says, I thought you said you weren't going to get that close, but I was there by the building. And one of my kind of, different things went through my mind about that night because there was so much going on. I tried to stay focused on the job, tried to, the personal emotions were there because I had a personal connection with the community. Okay. And I knew people, a lot of people in that club. And when the performers, some of the people were rescued out of that back dressing room, one of the performers, she sees me and like runs over to the end of the parking lot I was in and just literally grabs me and hugs me and says, oh, Jim, thank God it's you. I feel safe now. So I'm like, okay, it's nice, good to see you, but we got to move. And so, kind of like, as I'm hugging her as we're moving down the street, but that type of interaction. So I knew, a lot of people in that club. And so it was, whenever I'm working though, you have to focus on the job, and that's kind of what I was focused on. And a little other personal side, it was probably around 9 in the morning. Now the incident had ended, as far as, he had been killed at 5 a.m. But there were still victims and things, and there was still a lot to do. My sister calls my phone, and I look, and I answer. Well, her son, my nephew, is also gay, and he's in his early 20s and lives here in Orlando. She goes, I haven't heard from Michael. Have you heard anything from him? At that point, I started to kind of get very emotional. I started thinking, oh my gosh, my nephew might even be in there. So I tried calling him, texting him. I had my husband call him, text him. He wasn't answering. Fortunately, he was not in there. I sent my husband to his apartment, said, go to his apartment. He got to the door. His phone had basically, didn't charge it overnight.
Wow. I mean, yeah, it's super. I didn't know about that event, to be honest with you.
I never heard
of it.
I did know about it. Yeah.
I mean, I had quite an emotional account of it and stuff like that as well, and how scary it could be, but also I suppose the great response as well from the police. But I mean, this video kind of just sums up the kind of guy Sean is. The fact he's gone there to research it as well,
to learn about it.
He's got the respect. Yeah, he's got the respect of not just putting people's stories online if they don't want it to. He's had the conversation.
And I think it actually, it sits better that he didn't record those 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it seems more personal that he actually, he's not done it for a vlog. He's
done
it because he wanted to go there,
and he's just done a bit of filming with it. And like I say, there it says for dedicating the vlog to those who lost their life. Which like I say, we might look up into it a little bit more because, like I say, I'd never heard of it before. But rest in peace, I guess. And our thoughts go out to everyone affected, doesn't it?
But anyway, I'm not sure what we're going to do for the rest of the night. I want to give you a quick room tour because it is pretty incredible here. The US Embassy in London has hooked us up with an awesome space. And in fact, this is actually, each of us have actually got our own apartments. See this big kitchen, massive big double fridge freezer? Didn't use any of this kitchen, but it's cool to have. Big mirror.
It's a big room, isn't it?
My living room, like that's all my.
That's like us when we go on holiday.
Yeah.
Across the place. Giant bed, which is awesome. Huge TV. And this space is amazing, like the toilet and bathroom area is really great in here. But we have been really full on here in Orlando, so we've not had much time to enjoy it, the hotel room, to be honest. And you know what? We're actually leaving here first thing tomorrow morning. We are going to Disneyland. We're going to spend the whole day there. And then we are driving to Cocoa Beach afterwards, and we're staying there for a few days. So that was the Orlando experience over, and this is basically the only vlog from Orlando. Got some footage. I went out to do drone bits, and I did a few bits of clips in between the day, which I have put in this vlog. But because of the reasons I mentioned earlier, with a lot of stuff being off the record regarding the Pulse nightclub tragedy, I haven't filmed very much. I have just documented and got things I'm probably going to use to write down and use for other purposes, and Instagram photos and stuff like that as well, of course. But anyway, I'm going to hit the sack. It's been a long day driving around, doing the gun show and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, have a good evening, folks. Hope you're enjoying this content as always.
Sean's link's in the description. That was a good video overall. Yeah, shows both sides to a lot of things as well, doesn't it? If you enjoyed, smash that button, smash the subscribe button as well. Like I say, Sean's link's in the description. And what should we do?
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.